Blackpool FC's story is one of dramatic highs and lows. The 2010-11 season saw them reach the pinnacle of English football, the Premier League. It was a dream come true for the club and its loyal fans. The Tangerines, as they are affectionately known, played with flair and passion. They captivated audiences with their attacking style. However, the dream was short-lived. Blackpool faced a tough challenge against established Premier League giants. They fought valiantly but ultimately succumbed to relegation. The drop came with a heavy heart. It marked the beginning of a downward spiral for the club. The financial realities of relegation hit hard. The club had to make tough decisions. The departure of key players followed. The squad, once brimming with confidence, felt the impact. The manager who had guided them to the promised land also left. Uncertainty and a sense of loss loomed over Bloomfield Road. The fans, known for their unwavering support, felt the sting of relegation deeply. They had tasted the Premier League dream. The fall back to the Championship was a bitter pill to swallow. The relegation from the Premier League had a domino effect. Blackpool struggled to regain their footing in the Championship. The team that had once graced the top flight found themselves in a downward spiral. Financial constraints limited their ability to rebuild. The managerial merry-go-round spun endlessly. Each new appointment brought hope, but none could stem the tide. The fans, once buoyant with Premier League dreams, watched in dismay as their beloved club slid further down the leagues. The atmosphere at Bloomfield Road, once electric, grew increasingly subdued. The once proud Tangerines were now staring into the abyss of League Two. The 2015-16 season marked a new low. Blackpool FC, the club that had tasted Premier League football just 5 years earlier, were relegated to League Two. The fall from grace was complete. The financial implications were dire. The club was in a precarious position. The fans, the lifeblood of any club, were left to pick up the pieces. Their loyalty was tested like never before. The future looked bleak. The once unthinkable had become a harsh reality. Blackpool FC, a club steeped in history, was at a crossroads. The 2016-17 season began with a sense of trepidation. Blackpool FC, now in League Two, faced an uphill battle. The club needed a spark. They needed someone to believe in them. Enter Gary Bowyer, a manager with a point to prove. Bowyer instilled a new sense of belief in the squad. He brought in players who were hungry for success. The team, playing with a renewed sense of purpose, began to climb the League Two table. The fans, starved of success, responded in kind. Bloomfield Road once again became a fortress. The season culminated in a dramatic playoff final at Wembley Stadium. Blackpool, against all odds, emerged victorious. The win sparked jubilant scenes amongst the players and fans alike. It was a victory that transcended football. It was a testament to the unwavering spirit of the club and its supporters. The momentum from the League Two triumph carried into the following season. Blackpool, now back in League One, continued their resurgence. They secured a second consecutive promotion, this time automatically. The impossible dream had become a reality. Blackpool FC was back in the Championship. The roller coaster ride continued. Blackpool's return to the Championship in the 2018-19 season was a testament to their resilience. They had battled through adversity and emerged stronger. The fans, who had endured so much heartache, were rewarded with a team to be proud of. However, the Championship was a different beast to League One. The competition was fierce. Blackpool found themselves in a relegation battle. The manager who had orchestrated their remarkable rise was relieved of his duties. It was a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of professional football. Despite the challenges, Blackpool managed to avoid relegation. They secured their Championship status on the final day of the season. It was a day of high drama and raw emotion. The fans once again played their part. Their unwavering support helped to carry the team over the line. The following season, 2019-20, saw Blackpool consolidate their position in the Championship. They finished in a respectable mid-table position. It was a sign of progress. The club was slowly but surely rebuilding. The future, once shrouded in uncertainty, was beginning to look brighter. And so, after all the ups and downs, Blackpool FC found themselves right back where they started. It was a journey filled with hope, despair, triumph, and heartbreak. But this is football after all, and every end is just a new beginning. The fans, ever faithful, stood by, ready to support their team no matter what. The spirit of Blackpool FC, resilient and unwavering, lives on. As they say, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Here's to the next chapter in their storied history. Blackpool FC's journey is often described as a tale of two halves. The highs and lows, the victories and defeats all paint a vivid picture of a club that has experienced it all. From the glory days of the top flight to the struggles in the lower leagues, Blackpool's story is one of resilience and determination. The managerial carousel has been a significant part of Blackpool's recent history. Frequent changes at the helm have often left fans frustrated and longing for stability. Each new manager brought hope, but also uncertainty, as the club searched for the right leader to guide them back to success. The financial implications of Blackpool's rollercoaster journey cannot be overlooked. Promotions brought financial windfalls, but relegations came with severe monetary challenges. Balancing the books while trying to build a competitive team has been a constant struggle for the club's management. Looking ahead, the future of the Seasiders holds both promise and uncertainty. With a dedicated fan base and a rich history, Blackpool FC has the potential to rise once again. However, much will depend on wise management, solid financial planning, and perhaps a bit of luck along the way. The journey continues, and the Seasiders remain hopeful for brighter days ahead.